mean, it was really just a full breakdown, everything you need to learn, basically the A to Z.
From where to start, exactly what to do, how to do it, all the systems, the programs.
The resources and things that were given throughout the training was just phenomenal.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk. This is episode 3. Wow, season 2, episode 3. If you're new to this, welcome. If you have a team that wants to sharpen their acquisition skills, sales skills, this is completely free. Invite everybody on board. If this is your first time, the way this works, basically, we call leads, and it's not too late to submit leads. If you want to submit leads for us to call live, head over to the reitoolbox.com, submit your leads. We call twice, and then we move on to the next lead. We don't follow up. We don't do anything after, okay? So we'll do our best to either close a deal live or, work with you on the deal if that's something you'd like. Also, this is completely free. We don't ask for much. Just hit that like and subscribe button if you feel like this is valuable. Feel free to drop any questions you may have throughout the show, and then we'll answer them at the end. But basically, we've had some great heavy hitters on. I'm really happy to announce our special guest today, Manny Cash. He is an investor based out of San Antonio. We're going to do a short interview, and then he also agreed to make some live calls. So let's bring him on. Manny, how you doing, man?
What's going on, brother? I'm doing good. How you doing?
I appreciate you jumping on here because I know, you told me you're not feeling a little well, so hopefully you'll feel better. And I appreciate you just being on here because I know that sometimes we get sick and we just don't even feel like talking, man. So I appreciate you jumping on.
Of course, buddy. And like I told you, this is I took this very serious, and this is an opportunity for me to talk to people and show people what I got, and I'm really happy to be here with you. So let's get it.
Awesome, man. So let's get to know Manny Cash, man. I want to hear, obviously I know you, but for the people that don't know you, can you tell me a little bit, about your background, where you came from, how you got into the game, and tell me about yourself.
Yeah, man. I was born and raised in Venezuela. That's where I'm originally from. I came to the state when I was 17 years old by myself, no friends, no family. I lived in the city of Chicago. Lived in Chicago for about 2.5 years, and then I ended up in Texas in 2016. I used to be a funny story. I used to be a cable guy. That was kind of
cable guy, like selling cable or installing cable?
No, installing cable.
Oh man, those guys get busy, man.
Yeah, so that was me. And then long story short, I quit that. That was over, and then I got into sales in 2017. Actually, no, 2017. I got into sales, brother, and that was a moment where I found myself. I found something that I said, you know what, I like this, and I can talk to people. I can negotiate. I'm charismatic, and so since then I never looked back. I always fell in love with commission. I fell in love with negotiation, and then I was making $500 sales, $200 sales at the mall, and then I told myself one day, hey man, what if I can make $100,000 sales? And then I got into wholesaling. I bumped into one of those videos on YouTube, wholesaling, and then I said, hey, this is it. And then, bro, fast forward, I met Mike and Charles here in HBHS in 2018. It's been 4 years now. Started working with them like, anybody else. Started as a call caller, driving for dollar, doing anything possible to get a deal. It took me 8 months to get my first deal.
That's the exact same time frame it took me too.
Yeah, brother.
With zero education, all that stuff.
I think that's kind of like every successful that is long in the people that have been in the game longer, like yourself and all the people that I've met. It's like, it took me 7 to 9 months to,
How do you keep that? How do you, people, if you're starting out, even with so much education out, but some people you'd figure they'd quit after a month. So let alone 8 months. How do you keep a mindset where you keep going? That's a big struggle with a lot of people that just kind of give up even after a few weeks. But tell us about what it takes to keep going when you don't see that success immediately.
So for me, bro, was more of man, I don't got no auction. For me was I have to make it. I have to get that deal, because if not, I took it personal. I said, look, man, you have closed already X amount of deals selling this. you you have to get a property contract and you have to sell it. Like there's no other option for me. So I'm not gonna lie, brother. It was during those 8 months. It was a lot of struggle. It was a lot of mental breakdowns. I remember one day driving for dollars. I'm literally driving for dollars, and I'm looking at this house, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, just like literally, what am I doing? But then
Yeah.
I say, no, man, this is gonna change my life. And bro, like it was more of my why. So my why is bigger. Like I tell people, like I don't do it for me, I do it for my family. So my why is bigger than just
Mhm.
me and what I, me being here. I'm doing it because of my family back home, the people that I want to help. And so that really pushed me and it helped me to keep going. And man, I can't say anything bad about that. Like it was keep pushing, and after I got the first deal, I was like, now it's tangible. Now I have the check on my hands, and it's
It's a
like, okay,
reality check.
it's a reality check, and it was like,
Mhm.
okay, it's possible. If I can do it once, I can do it 100 times, bro. And I
Yeah.
never looked back since then. And then fast forward, Mike and Charles put me in charge of the team. We grew up that whole acquisition sales floor. I got really good at closing deals, first locally, and then we went virtual. When we switched in 2019, we switched to virtual, acquisition, Houston, Dallas.
Yeah.
We did some deals in Orlando and Tampa, but then I because before, bro, it was nothing but appointments. So if I started with appointments, I will call people and then set appointments and go in person here in San
Yeah.
Antonio. And then I found out that, bro, it was just a lot of waste of time. It was just like a lot of driving, a lot of this. So I told myself, I talked to the guys, hey man, what if I can just do? Can you close the door, please? Thank you. What if we can do this, but everything over the phone? And
Yeah.
so I started educating myself, and I look you up. I know you were doing big things over the phone. I was like, yo, I want to close deals just like a Steven. So I learned from you, learn from other people, and it was just a little tweak. It was just a little different conversation. And then, man, when I got the first one in Houston, I remember, and then I got another one in Dallas, and like that, and it was just game over. Like that was it.
Man, that's great. Like, how do you I know you kind of start off in doing cable and all that stuff, which no matter what job that is, it still consists of kind of like talking to people, which increases your customer service skills. But
Yeah.
how did you transition like fully into sales? Because cold calling is another big thing that's tedious, but that's a really good way to get your foot in the door in this industry. Which that is another that's another big obstacle for some people.
Yeah.
Talking to people,
Yep.
transitioning, whether it's in person or over the phone. How did you transition from doing your cable stuff to really getting in the game for sales and selling stuff
Okay.
and creating those
Yes,
kind of
bro.
scenarios?
So I was a cable tech, and then I had kind of like my own contract with this dude that had a big contract, right? So I had guys like I had my little company, right? At age
Mm,
19, this is when I first. That's
wow.
why I moved to San Antonio. So I had like my own company, cable company, and then it used to be Time Warner. And Time Warner sold the company to Spectrum, and then everybody got cut out. So I found myself with no job, no business, or nothing, right? So I'm like, yo, what am I gonna do, bro? Kid you not, this is how God works. I went and applied for restaurants. I went and applied. I wanted to do whatever, bro. I wanted to work. I just needed to
Yeah.
work. And then nobody took me. Nobody took me. Nobody wanted to hire me until one day I met this girl out of Israel. She's like, I can get you a job today, right? I'm like, how? And she's like, come with me. Let's go to the
It's that
mall.
easy.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, we went to the mall. That same day, I'm working. I'm at the mall, and then she introduced me to this dude. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is the kills. This is what we're gonna sell. It's 100% commission." I'm like, "All
Yeah.
right, let me give it a shot." And so, like, I just fell to it. Like, I just fell to it. I had no other option that just to sell. And and then, bro, like, I was good at it. And then transition. I'm not gonna lie. Then transitioning from in-person sales to over the phone sales, it was hard, bro. It was hard because
Also, a lot of people don't understand what that transition. Some people think, hey, you're good at sales in person. Over the
nope,
phone is going to be the same thing. What's
no.
different? What was that transition like?
So okay, when I was doing sales in person or one to one,
Yeah.
you're in there in person with the other individual, right? Like you can see them, you can see the body language, you can feel their energy, you can feel if they're engaging with you, you can see that, right? Bro, and I'm still good, but when I was doing that, like I was good on body language, right? Like I will feel them out if they close their arms, if they're looking somewhere else. Like I have tattoos, like touching the elbow. It's scientifically proved that if you touch the elbow to somebody,
Mm.
you get to control a little bit more of that person.
Hmm.
kind of persuade that. So I used to do all those tactics. And then when I got over the phone, I'm like, yo, but they can't see me. I can't see them. Like I can't use my own tactics. Like, what am I going to use? So then I learned that it's now it's not physical, but it's verbiage. Like, it's the language now.
Mm-hmm.
It has
That's
to do a
tonality,
lot
man.
with how you communicate with them. And
Yeah.
so, because they can't see you, but what they can do is they can hear you. And so I tell people it's not so much what you say, it's how you say it. And yeah, so that it's different. There's some people that are badass in sales in person, but when you put them on the phone, they can't use their own the same tactics over the phone. You know?
So how did you feel about transitioning from in person over the phone? What was it like when you first started that transition? Because it's different. And how did you get better at it?
Yeah, so man, I was super aggressive, bro. I was super aggressive.
Aggressive. Wow, I wouldn't.
Yes.
You don't seem like aggressive type on the phones.
I know, but it's because remember I was used to one-on-one stopping people on the mall, right? Like I used to
the kiosk.
Yes.
You were those people in the kiosk that try to stop you, the shampoo, the hair, the toys,
all that.
The vacation, was it the
timeshare
stuff?
Timeshares, yes.
All that stuff.
So I had to stop people and I had to be aggressive with that, right? And the way I will close sometimes, I will be like, come on, bro, you don't got no money. So why are you wasting my time? So like I'll be kind of like very aggressive with salesman.
Wow.
So when I got on the phones, I came with that mentality. I was like, no, this is not gonna work here. So Frank, which him and I started the boiler room, he would check me all the time. I was like, yo, you can't talk to people like that. You can't talk to people like that. This is not a mall. This is not we're buying houses. So so it took me a while, and until I closed my first one, I was like, okay, and then I really wrote down how I talked to the lady, what I said, what I didn't say, and then I said, okay, I kind of found my blueprint. But that transition was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah. No, that's something a lot of people struggle with. Even like when you're used to sales, like over the phone is just a different game. You know, before I actually did real estate investment acquisitions, I did multiple marketing door to door. And then my first over the phone job was actually selling stock information.
Okay.
So high net worth individuals around the country. And it's just a different conversation.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I like to bring up, whether you're doing this stuff in person over the phone, when it comes to real estate acquisitions, obviously we're not really selling anything, right? We're more flipping the switch, using those same sales skills and applying that to people, but we're making offers.
Yes.
Right? What is that mindset? Because one of the biggest things in this business, you know, whether you're building a team starting out, is the word no, rejection, people thinking you're a scam. How did you first respond to that kind of feedback when you're making people offers, and how do you overcome that, and what do you do to make the person feel more comfortable?
Yes, that's a good question, Steven, because normally salesperson, they're selling something, right? They're selling a physical product, car,
vacuum, steak knives. Somebody when I first moved in this house, somebody was trying to sell that $3,000 vacuum, man.
Vacuum, yeah.
I know it's kind of off topic, but I don't know if you guys ever had people knocking door about them vacuums. And I say, hey, I used to do what you do, except the product was different. Come on in. Let me hear your pitch. Right? Dude. Where they messed up is like, where's your master bedroom? I'm like, why? It's over there. They literally walked in that master bedroom and started vacuuming the bed. I'm like, what? You just screwed up the pitch. You know, what if the baby was asleep? Like, what if somebody was asleep? Like, like get out of here. So like, it's just crazy. But I respect salespeople, man.
Yes, man.
But anyways, you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying that for salespeople, we normally have something to sell. Like we normally have something to sell. Like we have the pen, we have a vacuum, right? We have something to sell. But for wholesaling and real estate, like there's no a physical product. And you say we're making offers, right? So what really was shocking for me was that I went from selling something to just selling myself, selling an idea that I can buy the properties cash as is, paying all closing costs. So that came to my head. Okay, well, I'm offering a service now. Yeah. But the thing is that they have the product, they have the house. So how can I overcome rejections and rebuttals and all that? A lot of no's, like it's a lot of no's. So I read this book by Brian Tracy. I have it, Sales Success. And then he said that when he used to run his sales team, cold calling team back in the day, 60s, 70s, he told everybody, hey, today I want you all to go for the no's. I want you guys to go for no's. 100 no's a day. That's the goal. And so, after I'm reading the book, he says, because every salesperson, they come with the mentality of, I want to get a yes, right? I want to get a closing. I want to get, extra $20,000, $30,000 assignment fee. Like we want to go with that. And I get it. You manifest what you think, but he said in sales, you're going to get more negativity than actually being positive.
Yeah.
So be okay with being with the negativity. So he said, Manny, I'm talking to him, right? Manny, and I told him, Manny, go for the no. So when I was calling, I'll go for 100 no's a day, bro. And then I know for a fact that on call 40s, on call 50, on call 67, I will get yeses. So at the end of my day, I will get like 5 to 8 yeses. And out of those 5 to 8 yeses, I will have offers and I will get at least one contract. So before, it used to take me 5 appointments to get one deal. So I knew my KPI. So I said, okay, if I want to run appointments, that's when I was running appointments. So I need to set at least 5 appointments a week to get one deal. And I don't care about the no's. All I care is about me getting to those 5 appointments. But I know I have to go through those 100 no's. So that's how kind of I reverse engineering my mindset to be okay with the no's. And that's how I taught my guys and my VAs to do it as well.
Yeah, it's really comes down to a numbers game, but you have to have mental strength when it comes to no, like door-to-door stuff. Like you get slammed in the door slammed in your face, and people they take it personally, right? Some people take it personally, they get emotional and all that stuff, and it's not you. It's just the industry, the product. Sometimes some people may have a bad taste in their mouth because another investor did something wrong or whatever. So that's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing that. So tell me, like, what does it look like for you today? What you got cooking? What are you working on? And what does the future look like? What's the next
what I'm working on right now, it's now on Airbnbs. I got 3 Airbnbs. I got a flip going on. I kind of working a little bit more, playing with my money, putting it into work, putting it into investment. That's on the investment aspect of the business, and of course, keep growing. And on the multifamily aspect of it, I want to eventually, start some syndications, 50, 100 units, syndication apartment complexes. Right now, as you know, we're working on the Metapreneur with Noah, my boy Noah, and we're working on the Metapreneur. This is something very new that is still kind of
tell people about that, man, because some people, they don't understand, like, what is this metaverse? Like, how can people, like investors, how can they capitalize on it? I mean, you guys had an event last night.
Yes.
But what is the metaverse? How can you leverage that to real estate? What are the benefits?
Awesome. So yes, guys, look at it this way. This is like kind of how Facebook was back in 08, 07, where it was something new. It's still something new. This is pretty much where you can create worlds. You create worlds. You can host events. You can host parties. There's actually nightclubs in there. You can do advertisements. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do. So for entrepreneurs, how can we capitalize on it is so many different ways. Advertisement. Like there is this world that we know. This is bringing 1,000 people a month. 1,000 people a month. So if you really think about it, that's 1,000 people that come to the metaverse and see his world. So he now got branding in there. He got companies that are advertising on his world, right? He's hosting parties. So same thing with the metaverse RIA that you have. Why don't we create a real estate RIA but on the metaverse as well, right? So instead of a physical one, now everybody hosts masterminds in there, because, like, let's be honest, you're now with this COVID and all that, it's kind of hard to be traveling around too much. So what if everybody's at home and it still can network, and I can see you there physically, like I can touch your hand, like we can be there. And so I feel I like to follow smart money. So if Mark Zuckerberg has already invested over $10 billion in this, this dude, I don't think he's gonna lose his money. I think he's gonna want to get his ROI eventually. So I'm looking at the next 5 to 10 years. He already said it, that he's gonna have actually companies where you're in there and you want to buy something, you just buy it there, like buying the ship it to your house.
Yeah.
So I see where this can be really big for entrepreneurs that can innovate on that industry. And so that's what we're doing. Last night we had our first test meetup. We opened up the world for the public. Now we're gonna add more stuff to it. So eventually we can have any entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be real estate. It can be crypto, NFT, forex, auctions, whatever. They can come in there and you can network on the Metapreneur.
How do people join this?
So Yeah, so all you gotta do is just follow official Metapreneur on Instagram, and of course download Horizon Worlds. And when you download Horizon Worlds on the Oculus Quest, you have to have the Oculus Quest. Look on the Worlds Metapreneur, and then just go in there.
Yeah, no, that's great. I actually talked to somebody, when I heard the whole metaverse thing, I didn't really know what to think of it. Because I only know VR for like games and stuff, but like when Facebook changed its name to Meta and they came out with that video as to what they have planned. And NFTs and crypto and metaverse goes hand in hand. But I actually talked to this agent a couple of days ago. He actually meets his clients in the metaverse and he sells physical real estate, not even virtual land. Because that's another thing. Like virtual land is going crazy, whether it's Decentraland, Sandbox, all that stuff. I mean, there's plots of land selling for, one sold for like, I think $5 million or something.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But there's a guy that leverages the metaverse to sell actual physical real estate. And he's a real estate and he's doing really good. So hopefully we can, have him speak at one of these events. But that's awesome, man. So, like, what's the next step with that? When is your next event for that?
So we're gonna be doing once a month. The next one is gonna be on February 17th. We're having the next one. This one, it's gonna be sent in on the Metapreneurs World on Horizon World. So all you gotta do is just reach out to Steven, because Steven's part of it as well. Reach out to myself. We'll send you information with the Metaverse RIA and the Metapreneurs, and then it's that simple. But you just gotta make sure you have the Oculus Quest 2. That's it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Perfect. And like people that don't know you're getting to know you now, where can they get a hold of you, reach out to you, your Instagram, your Facebook?
Yeah. So guys, I'm an open book. I like to help people. I like to JB with other people. I like to, if you got a question, you always can reach out to me at Manny Cash Flow. That's my IG, Manny Cash Flow. You can send me a DM. We can always talk about real estate, Metapreneur, or whatever questions you may have, acquisition. And if you got deals in Texas, guys, I'm actually actively looking for another flip, and I want to buy another subject to deals. So if you have any subject to deals in Texas, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio, you let me know. And if it makes sense, I'll buy them myself. So
awesome, man. Perfect. Is there anything else you want to say before we start making some calls here?
No, man. I'll say that people that are watching this, I want them to understand that you're talking to somebody that came to this country with nothing, with no friends, like I say, no family, no money, and now 9 years later, it's gonna be 9 years in April 6th, 2022. Came at the age of 17. I'm 26 now, and it's been a work in progress. I haven't felt like I made it yet, but I'm working my way up there, and if it's possible for me, I'm sure it's gonna be possible for all of you guys, especially if you're an American. If you speak English and you have all the benefit that that comes with it.
Yeah.
So I just want to inspire people that when they see this podcast and they see this video, say, hey man, these guys can do it. Of course I can do it myself. So
a respect for that. A lot of people take the freedom in this country for granted.
Yeah.
And they come up with excuses. Oh, I'm not good enough, or I have an accent, or I don't know English, or there's opportunity here. So it really comes with discipline, hard work, and commitment to make it happen. You're a perfect example of that, man. I really respect your story. I love it.
Thank you, man. Bro, sorry, but one day calling about 3 years ago, I called this dude out of California.
Yeah.
He was second generation here, and then he was like a big time dude. And then this dude just called me. He told me something I never forgot. He said, look, man, you calling me from my house. I get it. You're trying to do your job. But let me tell you something. I hear an accent from you, right? So yeah, where are you from? So I told him where I'm from, and he said, look, there's one thing that American can guarantee to you. American's not going to guarantee anything, but the only thing it's going to guarantee is if you work hard, you're going to succeed. And he said, my grandfather came from Mexico, like anybody else. And, now my father worked his ass off, and I'm working my ass off. And now, we're doing well. We do businesses and whatever. But everything my grandfather told me is that in America, if you work hard, no matter what, you will succeed. And so he put that on my head. I was like, man, I'm calling this dude, and this was telling me that over the phone randomly out of California. That has to be for a reason. So I took that very, to my chest, and I said, man, I just gotta really put in my time and work, and eventually American will pay me back. And so far, he has done that. So
yeah. So absolutely. That's amazing. That from a cold call, huh?
Yeah, bro. And a call.
That's amazing. Awesome, man. Well, we're about to call some leads here. You at least. And it's almost like a cold call. People have reached out to these people before. We don't know what to expect, guys. Episode 1 and 2, we had Keith and Adrian. Some people answer, some people don't, and then some people, you have a good conversation. But let's get started. You have the sheet pulled up there?
Yes, sir. I got it right here.
All right. So this first property is in Houston, Texas.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
All right. And you can start whenever you're ready, man.
Awesome. So let me pull it up. Larkspur.
Whoops. Let me go back here. This house looks a little rough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's give her a call. Seven.
Sorry, the mailbox is full and there is not enough space to leave a message.
713. Yeah, that's it. Let me call her back. There we go.
You got it?
Yeah. Huff, right? That's how you say Huff.
It's Huff.
Huff.
Ask 90,000.
Hello. Leave a message after the tone.
Alabama. Let's see that one, Alabama.
Hello.
All right.
That lady answered, but it's interesting. You don't see this too much. Do you see her reason for selling? Wait, that's not her. Hold on a second. There's a little reason it's vacant. Oh no, it's the next one, Alabama. She wants the next one you're about to call. She wants to use some money for another house and give money to her daughter for her wedding.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
some people when they you focus on those pain points, like these are things you could bring up in the conversation as well.
Yeah.
But go ahead and call them up, see if they pick up the phone.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. I never had somebody telling me they want to sell a house because of they want that money for a wedding. Huntsville. Okay, right here.
That's Diddy's backyard, isn't it?
Yeah,
over there.
That's where he's from. We call Diddy right now. It's like, yo, Diddy, when we did this, bro. All right, here we go.
Hi. Sorry, I'm not available.
Let me try it again.
Hi.
No.
Not available. Where are we going next? Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's go to Atlanta. 17.
This house actually looks renovated here.
Damn, 400,000.
Yeah. Looks renovated though.
There's a lot of people. Let's see if we can offer
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Latinos, dude. Like those are my tough ones. You'll be surprised. Like people think, oh, you get a lot, bro. My tough ones are Latino. Dealing with Latinos. You'll be surprised.
What do you typically do? Oh, let's see the answer. What do you typically do if somebody's house is fully renovated?
Yes. So on this one, I will go more with the angle of like, I'll try to figure it out. Like, what's why they're looking to sell it, if it's fully renovated, right? I'm trying to get deeper on the why, and then why they haven't listed. And then if I can get to like why they haven't listed it, I'll go more well, if it's paid off, I'll try to go with owner finance, or if it has a mortgage in there, I'll try to go sub two. And those are the two options, because clearly cash wouldn't make sense for them.
Yeah.
So I'll go with those two options, but I'll try to pull out first. Like, hey man, I don't think I'm the right guy. And if I get something like, well, make me an offer, then I'll go with those two. I just said.
Yeah, that's good. You could still capitalize on renovated properties.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people just think they're not deals, but we never know what the person's motivation behind selling is. So this one's been submitted a while. I don't think we've been trying to get hold of this lady for a while. This one's really rough shape.
Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, this is Rodney Mullins. Great to hear from you. Please leave a message.
Great to hear from you.
I'm all right. Palmetto.
Hello, this is.
All right.
Oh, that's still Atlanta. The next one's in Bel Air, Texas.
8247 340. All right. $1 million.
Oh.
This is Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. How you doing? This is Manny.
Yes, Manny.
I'm doing good, sir. I'm calling about this property that you own here on Palmetto.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It looks like you showed some interest in selling. Is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, let's see if we can make something happen. Like I said, my name is Manny here. I'm calling on behalf of my company, Home Buying, Home Selling. And what can you tell me about the condition of it?
It's just a lot, man.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, I'm taking the house. I have another lot to move the house to.
Got it.
I'm not selling the house. I'm just selling the lot.
Oh,
The garage.
got it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the lot.
That's why I'm selling it so cheap.
Got it.
I'm only asking $1 million for it. If I was selling the house, I'd have to get another damn $200,000 for it.
Yeah. No, I'm with you here. So how much you asking for the lot?
I just told you $1 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Gotcha.
That's a double lot. That lot is 260 feet deep and 60 feet wide, 17,000 some square feet. Biggest lot you'll ever find in Bel Air, and one of the last ones there for sale.
Understand. Is that the one on 4900 Palmetto?
That's corner 49er Palmetto and 2nd Street.
Yes, sir. The one in the corner, right?
On the corner.
Yes, sir.
All that full access down 2nd Street, put 2 houses on the damn thing. Makes you a fortune.
Yes, sir. Gotcha. And I just want to double check, because for some reason Google Maps is showing me a house. Is the house is turned down already?
No, I'm not tearing it. You're about the third person that don't listen. I am not tearing the house down. I am moving the house. The house is on block. We're going to move the house.
You'll
Another
move.
lot we have.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We have another lot nearby that we're going to move that house to and rent it.
Got it. Understand. Gotcha. And where are you taking the house from? To a ranch or another lot?
I have another lot we're taking it to.
Gotcha. Understand. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, $1 million for that lot, huh?
$1 million. That's correct.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this: have you tried to put it in the market already?
I've had it on the market. Now, a lot of people want to buy it. The problem is banks don't like financing lots. I got a home builder I'm talking to right now. I'm probably gonna let him have the lot for a few $100,000 and build a house on it. He'll pay me when he builds the house.
That's a good idea. Have you thought about that?
I don't mind doing that. I'm doing it right now, but he ain't come up. His buyer hadn't bought the house yet, or he's still designing the house for a buyer.
Shoot, yeah. If I was you,
The builder's got a minimum square foot requirement. My buyer buying that lot, you don't have to have a 2-story house. If you buy a lot anyplace else in Bel Air, you got to build a 2-story house to meet the city of Bel Air minimum square footage requirement required by Bel Air to build a house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. If I was
You
you,
know that, did you? You don't know that you're out San Antonio.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. No, if I was you, I would do that too. I mean, if the dude can do that, that's a no-brainer for you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, man. $1 million. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of like market value for me. I'm more of an investment company. I'm looking to buy a little, a little discount, so I can have a little bit of profit in the back end. Can you work with me?
No. I don't want to do that. I get phone calls every day on the lot. What I want to give it away for?
I understand.
Every day I get phone calls.
Got it. When are you gonna make the decision to sell it?
Do what?
When are you gonna make the decision to sell it?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was asking when will you make up the decision to sell the property?
When somebody gives me $1 million,
Got it. So okay. So clearly nobody has
I
offered.
gotta have the money first, then I'll sell the property. I'm not a motivated seller. I can sell them. I've had that lot for 20 years. I can keep it for another 20 years.
Nah, man. If I was you, I'll do the same thing. My man, you have a great day. I don't think we're the right fit here. Okay. All right. Thank you.
$1 million, he said.
You're tripping. All right. Let's go for the
What
next one.
lot? There's a house on here, but I guess he thinks the value's more in the land, is what he was saying.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I looked at the area. That's a very high-end area in Houston.
Yeah.
But the houses, bro, like the houses don't even go. The houses are like 700,000
Yeah,
on
he's not that motivated.
on that area. So like, I don't think so, bro.
All right. So the next one we have is in New Jersey. It says here the guy was firm at 90,000. Reason for selling: has multiple properties in another city and doesn't want to deal in Trent anymore as he doesn't have someone reliable to look after the property for him. This could be a great pain points you could touch on.
Yeah, let's go with this one.
New Jersey. There's no photos of this
Bean
property.
Bone.
Let me see.
I'm gonna talk to the Bean Bone people.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Harry.
This is Mrs. Wagner, yes?
Yes, my name is Manny. I'm calling here on a property on 63 Brian Mauer Avenue.
663 what?
Brian?
Rimar?
No, it's just Brian Mauer Avenue on
No,
on.
I'm sorry. No, we're not interested in selling. Thank you very much.
Okay, it looks like you guys were asking 90. Hello.
Call her back, Manny. Call her back. Say, I'm sorry, we get disconnected.
Yeah.
I mean, she hold on. I'll see if she answers the phone. Let's see. If she get mad, let's see what happens. She may not pick up.
I love when I call him back like that because I say that. I say, I'm sorry, it looks like we got disconnected. And they're like, no, I hung up on you.
Oh, she's not answering. It's funny because some people, it's a great point because some people say that I'm sorry, we're not interested in selling. And then they gave whoever submitted the information enough information where it obviously they showed some kind of interest. But I always tend to call people back, even if they yell at you. But what's the next one we got? We're
still in
Jersey. Yeah,
Jersey,
we're going to Camden, New Jersey. This person's asking $40,000. Owner claims he has done over $10,000 in repairs. Reason for selling: did not give a clear answer, but is open to selling.
All right. Here we go. Abraham. How do you say that, Steven? Lansdowne?
The city?
Yeah, no, that's the street name.
Lansdowne.
Lansdowne.
gotta pull this up. New Jersey is a different kind of conversation.
Mm-hmm. I tried New Jersey for a while, and it's like, yes, they go very. If you hear the dogs in the backyard, it's because I'm going hard.
What?
Have you heard that? Bing bong. Oh man, guys. So that's another thing. So you gotta know what you're calling, right? Like Steven and I have called to like so many different cities that we know kind of like how their personality. We know how they're gonna talk to you. Like for those of you guys that are gonna do virtual and say, "Oh, I want to call to Atlanta." Understand that people in Atlanta also like they'll come at you hard. You're talking to somebody in Atlanta, talking to somebody in Texas, it's two different people. Like same thing, like calling to people in Tampa Bay. I called Tampa Bay, and for some reason they got smart, and they'll tell you over the phone, man, get out of here. Like so.
Oh, this I don't think they're gonna pick up the phone, but this next one is actually in Houston.
Okay, let's go for that one. Let's go for the one in Houston.
Yeah, let me pull it up here. It looks like it needs a little work. Asking $200,000.
Okay.
Owner is a retiree and will willing to take the property off his hands at the right price. It went straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it went straight to.
All right. Well, we got Cleveland, Ohio. You ever dealt with anybody in that market?
No. Only one time, but we ran out because the price were like super low.
And Noah's in that market. Isn't
Noah's there. Like Noah's killing it. Noah's telling me like, bro, Noah just bought a rental property for like 5,000.
Yeah, I call one of the leads in Cleveland. It's $5,000. It's like the price points are crazy, man.
Yeah.
But it's a different kind of market. And you'd be surprised. Sometimes people will ask $5,000 and may not even be a deal. Depending. Like there's areas like that in Baltimore too. All right, so this is in
Hey, Mr. Kenneth.
Yes.
How are you doing, sir? Good morning. This is Manny. I'm calling here on the property on Allendale Avenue.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man.
Awesome, buddy. So look, man, I'm going to give you a call to see if it looks like you're looking to sell the property, right?
I got a contract already.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Man, I'm late to the party.
Yep, on that one you are.
Oh man, well, what else you got?
Call me. You know what? Hold on to my number. Call me back in about. Call me back in about 30 days or so.
30 days.
And I'll have something.
Okay. And are you sure these people are gonna close on this one?
I'm not certain if I'm gonna close on this one or not. I'm not certain.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll keep your number, like you said. I'll give you a call in about 30 days, and hopefully by then you have something else for me. All right.
That'll be good.
All right. Thank you, sir. You got it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, just because it's under contract don't mean it's gonna close.
Yep.
This next one is in Indianapolis. They're asking $60,000. Reason for selling. No main reason, but once he received a lot of calls to purchase his property, homeowner decided to sell. Some people like that. They're like, oh, why are so many investors calling me in this area? And then they would sell for the right price. So this is in Indianapolis.
All right.
Mr. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Guys, I also want to emphasize a little bit on calls like that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. John.
Yeah.
Mr. John, how are you doing today? This is Manny. I'm calling back here on the property on Colorado Avenue. You own?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now I'm in Austin.
So
I ain't got time to talk.
You ain't got time to talk?
Call in a couple hours.
Call in a couple hours. You got it, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye.
He said he was in the hospital?
He said it was in the hospital or auction. It was on auction.
Oh, an auction. Okay.
It's not auction date, is it? Huh. Already passed.
Auction. Hey, look, we're going back to New Jersey. They're asking $620,000. Let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if it's worth it.
I'm not telling me.
What's the reason for selling? Mr. Anthony spoke to her. He's interested in it, but he was driving. Oh, okay, he was driving. Didn't have time to talk. Okay.
I was saying, guys, that whenever you hear somebody, yeah, it's in the contract and whatever, you know, you want to do ethical, you want to do good business, but like Steven said, just because having the contract doesn't mean it's going to close. You know, just follow up with it. Hello? Hello?
No.
Hey, Mr. Leslie?
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Leslie?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Awesome, sir. Mr. Leslie,
Yes.
how are you doing, sir? This is Manny. I'm calling back here on a property you own on South 19th Street.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. It looks like you show some interest in selling that property. Is that right?
I actually before you're a realtor, right?
No, I'm an actual investor. I'm a cash buyer.
You're a cash buyer.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. What can you tell me about it, condition-wise? Have you done any work to the kitchen or restaurant in the last 5 years?
So,
What can you tell me on the condition of it? Have you done any work to the kitchen or restaurant in the last 5 years?
no.
Okay, understandable. What about the roof and foundation? Any cracks in the walls in that property?
There's no cracks in the walls that I know of.
Okay, good. Roof, how's the roof looking?
Sorry?
How's the roof looking on that property?
As far as I'm concerned, it's good. The house is only I think 16 years old, 17 years old. So
Oh, yeah, it's not that old.
no, it's not.
No, that's good, man. I'm looking at it right now. It's a nice looking house. What is it, 2-story? You got a basement there?
Three. No, it's a 3 family. It's a legal 3 family. No basement.
Oh, nice, man. And is this a rental property you own?
Sorry?
Is this a rental property that you own?
It can be whatever the new owner decides for it to be. I mean, it's a 3 family house, man.
Gotcha, buddy. Okay. Is this your homestead? I mean, is this your homestead or is it an investment property that you bought?
I'm sorry?
Is this your homestead or is this an investment property that you bought?
It's a 3 family, brother. It can be whatever the owner decides for it to be. Why? In terms of why you asked me person, like, you know, if it's an investment property for me, I don't see how that has anything to do with the property itself.
I got you, brother.
And the value of it.
I got you, brother. Understand.
It's a 3 family. You can use it for investment.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it as a personal home. Whatever you want to use it for, you can use it for stuff.
Understandable, brother. Okay, well, let me see here. And again, I just want to see if we're the right fit for each other, all right? Is there any reason why you're looking to sell? It looks like it's a good property.
I'm sorry?
I just want to ask you this question just to see if we're the right fit for each other. It looks like it's a good property. Is there any reason why you're looking to sell?
Just want to sell a property. We have our personal reasons, sir.
I understand.
Once again, I don't understand what that has to do with the value of the home, the condition of the home, in terms of the reason why, you know, we own several properties. We want to sell this property, sir.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, look, usually I close between 25 and 35 days. Is that too fast or too slow for you?
Before you get to closing and all of that, sir, the house is going for $610,000. Okay, so I don't know what you're thinking. You're talking about paying cash. Typically, I say 10 out of 10 times when people call me telling me that they want to pay cash, they're looking to lowball. You know what I mean? Because that's how they make their money. They lowball, a potential, homeowner, because they think that the homeowner is desperate and they need to sell because of service sale or whatever. So they lowball them so that they can sell it and make their profit. The house is going for $610,000, so that's what it is.
$610,000?
$610,000, so yes.
Okay, I think there's a mistake here on Zillow then. It says $600,000.
I'm sorry?
I think there's a mistake here on Zillow then. It says $600,000.
Oh, okay, my realtor must have listed it for $600,000 so that we would get a buzz and climb up. Okay, if that's what you listed it as, then that's what it is.
Got it, buddy. Okay. Well, it looks like you put it on the market for 2 days.
I didn't know that he listed it yet. Well, I guess he did.
Yeah, man. It's I'm looking at it right now. It says listed already.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. I didn't know he did. That's why I said 610. So we spoke about that. We had an understanding about it. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that's what it is. It's going for $600,000, man.
Gotcha, buddy. I understand. Are you flexible on that number?
I'm trying to say that number. The house next door me just sold for that, and the house next door me my house is in a better condition, and I know that the value of houses are going up. So,
it's only going to go up from here with inflation and the feds and all of that. House value is definitely going up, bro. I've been watching the trend, especially in that area. Yeah, you pull up the comms, you'll see what they're selling for, sir.
Yeah, bro. I know. I looked at it and I was like, man, Beam Bone, it sounds like something we can do here, but 600,000 as an investment and as an investor, it's kind of tough, man. That's why I'm asking, see if I can talk to my business partner and we can do something, a little more reasonable than that.
No, so I'm not going on to that, sir. So I'm good. I appreciate it, though.
Is there last question before we head out? Just last question, okay? Is there a mortgage on that property?
Yeah, there's a mortgage on it.
There's a mortgage on it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on me? Any thoughts on me taking over that mortgage and putting some cash in your pocket?
Taking over the mortgage, you put some cash in my pocket, like what, sir?
Okay. So if you don't mind me asking.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Again, I just want to, there's real estate. I love real estate because you can be very creative, right? And it can be cash.
Absolutely, it can be very creative. So I'm asking you.
Yeah.
When you say if there's any interest that you can take over the mortgage and put some cash in my pocket, what are you talking about?
Good question.
How much are you talking about, sir?
Yes, sir. So, what's the balance on the property?
Balance of the property is about 400,000.
400,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah.
400,000. Okay. You want 600, so you walk away after commissioner. You walk away with probably 175 after everything.
Yeah, probably somewhere in that area. Yeah.
175. So what if I can do? I'll do 25 cash to start, and then you finance me 150.
No, sir. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to get back into another mortgage for the rest of my money. I know the value of my house. I know the equity that's in it. Why would I do that? When I can just sell my house and get my money up front? Why would I let you pay me $25,000 and allow you to finance the rest of my $175,000 over several years? Why would I do that? Tell me.
I'm just asking.
Why would I do that?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know, because you guys like you, this is what you do. You call around, you look for, for home owners who don't really know much, and they're desperate so that you can kind of do what you do. I'm not one of those people. Neither is my wife.
Gotcha.
We're not going to be one of those people that's going to be able to get over on us. We work hard, we put, equity in our homes. You're not going to do that. You know what, man? Have a blessed day, bro.
Gotcha, brother. Thank you. You have to go one too. He got upset. What you mad for?
I told you it's a different conversation other than Northeast, man.
I tried to work in so in different angles.
You did great. What I really like is that line that you said. Is that too fast or too slow? What'd you say? Somebody, I think it was a price or time frame or something like that.
Yeah, so the time frame. So I go, hey man, I usually close between 25 and 35 days. Is that too fast or too slow?
Yeah, I like that. That's smooth, man. Okay. Well, he's not a good fit. Nah. He doesn't seem like he's very super motivated or even open to different options, but great job on pitching that creative financing option.
And to be honest with you guys, for the audience, normally I would have just hang up like 3 minutes ago, but for content purposes and showing people what's also really possible, I extended it and I went the creative a little bit and see what's up. Unfortunately, he's one of those that he gets upset, so it's what it is.
You stayed calm. You stayed really calm. Look, he said way to stay calm, man. Yeah, you did a great job staying calm. So awesome. All right, so we're going to Greensboro. Hey guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I want to do a Q&A at the end. So any questions about anything that you have for Manny, please drop them in the chat. But anyways, this next lead is in Greensboro, North Carolina. They're asking, doesn't say a price. Reason for selling, downgrading. Seller has 4 other properties that I sent him on a postcard, and he wants a price for all individually. So we call these whales. If somebody's willing to sell all their properties and it makes sense, that could lead from 1 deal to 3 to 4 deals. So let's see if he answers the phone.
Oh, I like that house. Yeah.
Sunset Management.
Oh, it's in a management company.
Oh, you can pick up. Next one is live.
Sunset.
It's a loud voicemail. Sunset Management.
Yep. Hey, bro, that one, the Beaconwood doesn't have a phone number. It's 00000.
Oh, hey guys, we can't call 0000.
You can't call 000, guys.
We don't have time to skip trace either. So let's move on to Henderson.
Yes. Let's go to Henderson. Mm-hmm.
They're asking 180. Reason for selling, divorce. Oh, doesn't want his wife to get anything. Hot lead. Wants to sell in 30 to 45 days. This sounds good, man.
All right, let's go.
It sounds like a good hot lead. He doesn't want his wife to get anything, huh?
Man.
Divorce leads can be tricky.
Yep.
Let me pull this up here. You guys could see what we're looking at here.
Yeah, bro.
4
No,
zero,
but I'm calling
2,
other
0.
yeah,
6,
because hey,
5, 7,
Russian don't have it in
1
Texas because it's
is not
non-disclosure, but they have
available.
it on disclosure state.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Willens.
No, you must have the wrong number.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, bye.
Mr. Willens, is it your property here on the Belleza? No.
Mr. Williams, huh?
Yeah, that's the number.
Man, that's crazy. This ARV, looking at the area, is probably around close to 400. They're asking 180, but
That would have been a deal.
maybe he was pretending to be somebody else. Let's make a couple more calls.
Okay.
We're going back to Ohio.
Ohio, that's Noah's backyard right there.
Yep. How do you usually deal with divorce leads, by the way? Because that can be tricky, right? If one party's not on the same page, it's really difficult. But how do you usually handle that before you make this next one?
Yeah, so
everybody.
Guys, whenever I deal with actually the subject two that I got was a divorce. It's a tricky one because there's a lot of sentimentals in there. Man, on closing, bro. Oof, bro. Like they both had to be there, and like you could feel the tension. You could feel like I was like, man, I was trying to spark it, but like they wouldn't. They were just like signing. So, anyways, the way I deal with them is, if I get the men, to play ball, I want to make sure that the wife's also on board because you don't ever start working with one person if the other one is just not gonna sign because you're gonna waste a lot of time. So I like to start where I can get both of them on the same page. And I agreed to selling the property. So when I sign the contract, they both have to sign it, and they both have to be on closing. So it's a little tricky. Like I said, it's a lot of sentimentals in there, a lot of emotions, and so that's how I like to do it. I like to make sure they're on the same page. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, I try to get them on the same page. Obviously, you can't force anybody.
Mhm.
I like to do either through a call or set up an appointment.
Yeah.
Not much you can do. I mean, a lot of nurture. You have to play mediator sometimes with those kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. So let's call one more in Ohio, guys, and drop any questions you may have.
Okay, that one is Ohio. That one in Ohio and Pine. It's not.
It goes straight to voicemail.
Yeah,
Call that one in Las Vegas.
Nevada. Okay. It's called Las Vegas.
And that'll be the last one that we'll do some Q&A for everybody.
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Man, it's funny when people tell me they didn't know how much it's worth. Bro, you know how much you want.
Exactly. They always know how much they want.
Like, guys, when a homeowner tells you, well, I don't know how much the property is worth. I go, okay, did you get your tax assessor last year when you pay your taxes? Hey, Crystal, Deborah. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? This is Manny. I'm calling here on a property in Washington.
I'm sorry. If you want to call me back after 4.
After 4?
Yeah.
Got it.
From 4 until midnight.
Okay, well, this process only takes about 2 minutes. Can you give me 2 minutes? No, she can't.
She said, "Call me between 4 p.m. and midnight." Is that what she said?
Before, yeah.
Before you woke her up, man. Or she was doing something.
I think it's Las Vegas, bro. What time is Las Vegas? I think it's 3 hours before. So no, it's still early. It's like 8.
It's good. It's good. Awesome, man. Well, hey guys, let's do some Q&A. That was interesting, man. You had some of the most aggressive people.
Yeah.
But you had some decent conversations. So here's a question from Jorge. How do you get good numbers to call? I recently got a really bad list full of voicemails.
Well, I mean, that has to do a lot with, who you're skip tracing with and, where you're getting your data from. So really, we use IDI data. They're really good when it comes to skip tracing. And then when it comes to pulling list, like anybody else, PropStream, we also use the county here in San Antonio. But what I will do, Jorge, is get that list and try to skip trace it with somebody else, with another provider, just to say,
Yeah.
What do you think, Steven?
Make sure that you get a provider that gives you between 5 to 10 phone numbers. There are some providers out there, believe it or not, they give you one phone number. Make sure you guys are using a platform that there's lots of platforms. Like if some people are starting out, they try this whole individual skip tracing one by one, which could take a long time, but you need enough phone numbers as possible. So pulling a large list and skip tracing with a reputable platform, it can go a long way. Do you use your regular phone number to call these leads? Was that a Google Voice or your phone number or what?
That one was my phone number, but I also have a sideline for that.
Okay. And what is sideline for those who don't know?
Yeah, so it's pretty much a different number, right? It's you pay for the app. I don't know, it's like $10 a month, and they give you a number depending on the city that you at. And the reason why you want to do that as well is because you don't want people to call you in your personal line, and you use that for business. Like for example, if you start doing some Facebook ads or you start doing some business cards, so you want to write that number in there so people, and then that way you can know if somebody calls that number. Like when that number rings, I know it's money number, like it's money time. So if somebody calls me on that line, I know it's somebody that wants to sell a property.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. And when I make these calls, this is just for the show. I just use Google Voice. But in my business, I use call tools. I use smartphone.
Yep.
Seller was definitely a biker rough rider.
Yeah, man. And you saw like
ground. Yeah, you stayed calm, man. You stayed calm. That's a perfect example of there's no reason to get emotional or yell back. I know some people get upset and they try yelling back, and it really doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't, because again, like it's energy, right? Like what I tell people also, Steven, is remember, guys, you're doing this 8-9 hours a day. You want to be able to control your energy. Like if you spend energy within on like going back and forth, like being all hyped up, like it's not worth it. So just keep calm, collected, and move on. That's it.
Hey, Manny, how did you come up with that creative finance opportunity? Can you break that down?
Yeah, so
you did that pretty quick too, by the way.
Yeah, so I did that based on my experience quick. Like, I guess because I've been doing it for a while, I know. So So a few things that I look at, right? So this is a triplex. Okay. I looked at, okay, rental in that area. So let's just say it's $1,000 a month, right? Per unit. It's New Jersey. Come on, like it's no brainer, right? The property condition, I already saw it. It doesn't really need any work. It can be rent ready. So what tells me is go ahead and move forward with this. Is he owes $400,000 on the mortgage? So his PITI is probably $1,800 to probably $2,000 a month on that house, right? The way I'm looking at it is, if I would have taken over on this property, and he just say he would have said yes to 25,000 down, and then he financed me 150,000, and I created 150,000 for 150,000 on a 15-year note, right? So let's just say then my payment to him will be at extra probably $500. So let's just say I'm all in on my payments, $2,400, and I know I can rent the units for $1,000 a month. So I'm still, looking at cash flow at least $500 right there. And all it's gonna took me is $25,000 down. So for me, it would have been like, okay, and I would have talked to the guys and be like, yo, I think this is a deal, because all it takes $25,000 to get on the deal. Yeah, we're gonna make only $500 a month, but now we acquired a property that I can appreciate in value with the next 5 years. So that's what I'm looking at on that, and that's how I came up with it so quick. So again, it's more because of my experience. When he told me 400, I right away I said, hey, okay, his note has to be like $1,800 to $2,000 a month, and if he can finance me one more time, 150,000, and it's $500 a month to him, so that's 2,500. And if I can rent each unit for $1,000, that's $3,000 a month. That's $500 cash flow.
Yeah, that's great, man. Even though the guy wasn't open to it, some people just don't understand how creative you can get and what kind of opportunities you can create out of nothing. But he didn't seem too happy about it, but that's how it is. Let's see. Do you feel your accent drags you down? And if so, how do you deal with it? Greetings from Venezuela. Look at that. Venezuela, man.
Well, shut up, brother. No, it does not. It actually helps me, believe it or not. At first, when I started, I thought, because when you speak in English and you don't know English, and like you have that on your, oh man, like what are they gonna say, like But then, dude, I just realized that none of that matters. And then, what matters is can I relate with them, and can I make them like me as a person, and then forget the accent aspect of it. And also, I mean, the accent also, honestly, believe it or not, it helps me, because people automatically think, oh, this is not from here. Like, and they're intrigued. They're like, oh, they want to know where I'm from too. So, and I use that as my leverage of, like, I tell them where I'm from, and I come up with my story, and they like that, man. So no, it doesn't really affect me. It actually helps me.
Love that. Are you better off the camera? How do you feel? Is there any difference between you on the camera and off the camera? Because obviously some of these leads, I personally wouldn't even continue the conversation in real life, like if it was in the business. But obviously, we try to push for you guys. That's at least the way I see it.
Yeah. So believe it or not, Oscar, it's funny because the guys make fun of me here. I'm a camera dude, right? So I like the camera because I feel like when I feel on the spot like this, like even when we're in the closest Olympic, it pushes me, man. It pushes me to do things that normally, like Steven say, like I went off the camera, I wouldn't do. So when I'm on the camera, like I feel like for show purposes and show you guys, I push myself to do more and better. So I feel like I'm better on the camera.
There you go. A couple more questions. If you guys have any last minute questions, drop them in there. If he accepted the creative finance, what would you have did to the mortgage amount owed? If you accept the creative finance, what you would have did with the mortgage amount owed?
Okay, so I will ask him for the mortgage statement. That's first thing. If he would have said yes to that, then my next following question will be, all right, buddy, let me get if you happen to have a copy of the mortgage statement. If he says yes, I will get the mortgage statement. And I will just literally do a subject to that mortgage statement, and I will create another contract for me to him to finance me for $25,000 down, and then finance me $150,000. So it's two different, one contract for the mortgage for the bank, and then another contract for him and I, so he can become the bank on the $150,000.
There you go. Awesome, man. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure having you on here, man. Did you want to say any last words to the people? Obviously you kind of shared where they can find you Anything else you'd like to say before we hop off?
Yeah, man. Well, no, thank you, Steven. Thank you for bringing me on here, brother. It's been a pleasure, being here with y'all and sharing my knowledge with everybody that is in the show. And nothing but blessings and love to all of you guys. And if y'all need anything from me here in Texas, y'all know where to find me. I'm an open book, like I said, and let's make it happen. Let's collaborate. And if y'all need any help, let's get it.
Thanks, man.
Thank
All right,
you, buddy.
guys. Until next time, take care.